my friends say, girl, you better take care. Cause that man is trouble, you best beware. And though deep down, I know I might be headed for teardrops.
Hey everybody, there we got the video working, okay. Sorry about that. I just put the stream on a few seconds ago, and before I went live during the countdown, it kind of just ended up. I think what was going on is I had Streamlabs opened up, and I guess when I push a certain key, it's the same thing as actually just pushing the end stream button, so it just cut off the stream before I even actually went live. So sorry about that, guys. So, and also sorry, I didn't answer many of you guys' questions. I'm eating an apple right now, cutting it up with one of my knives over here because I skipped lunch on accident. Today was cleaning day, putting in the new air conditioning unit, whole bunch of stuff. It's supposed to start getting hot here in Washington, so I don't want my computer to overheat from just the inside of the house freaking boiling. Okay, so today we're going to talk about a few different things. I got busy yesterday doing some cleaning as well, so wasn't able to stream. I was optimistic though that because we did have that bounce. Make sure you guys answer the poll question if you guys have a few moments here. I'm interested to see what you guys are thinking of. And if you guys were watching the 24-hour stream, I know there was a few of you guys doing that. You guys know how I like using this specific chart where it goes way back in time, all the way back over here to 2011, right? Well, the 24-hour charts that I give you guys, they don't actually have this long time frame. So since I couldn't put long-term Fibonacci levels over here, what I had to do instead, unfortunately, was just draw lines on the chart, in which case it was going to bounce somewhere around there, and it did. So I was happy it panned like that. So depending on how you guys use your technicals and stuff like that, we'll be going over a lot of the different ways you guys could have found a potential bounce point here. And if you guys did buy that dip, awesome. I bought some on that dip. I still think overall Bitcoin is bearish because of the direction of the economy. However, the stock market looks like it wants to have a bounce this week. We'll wait and see. Remember, we're still a few % away from that 200 weekly moving average as far as the NASDAQ is concerned. But I do want to see how Bitcoin will react to that. My big caveat to the breakout, this is what it would take for Bitcoin to break out last week, was the fact that, hey, Bitcoin's not following the NASDAQ. So we want to hope that if the NASDAQ or the market does bounce later on tomorrow, that Bitcoin can somehow follow along that pattern, okay? So before I go over and say hi I want to make sure I say hi to everybody. Hey, Dees. Hey, Stefan. Hey, Bumped. Bum. Bradius, Matthew. Hope you guys are doing okay. Crypto Alien, Miss K. Michael, Slimy, Matthew, Kevin. Make sure I'm not missing anybody. I said Miss K. Puma, Far From Broke. Ramsey's Awake Hip Hop. Froggered. Rohit, Kenny G, and Bide. There you go. Hey everybody, hope you guys all have a good day. I know more people will be trickling in here. I apologize because some of you guys may be getting the other notification on your phone saying to go to the other stream. What I did is I deleted it really fast. That way people weren't going to be getting notified of it, hopefully. Okay, so let's kind of look back out here very fast. We're currently looking at the monthly chart for Bitcoin. Let me kind of zoom in here a little bit. See back in time all the way over here, 2014. If you guys want to be a little bit more optimistic, we're trying, like by the end of the month, we're going to try to hold above the 50-month moving average. If there's anything I really want to hold over this month here, it might be this, just to see if we can start some type of long-term bounce. Now, I don't think it's likely because of how the economy is looking, but if there was ever any type of YOLO that crypto people could do to the rest of the world, it would be have the NASDAQ continue to go down over the next few months. Meanwhile, Bitcoin's starting to not soar, but just consolidate and not fall down as much. Unlikely, but I would like to see it. And if you wanted to see something like that, you would want us to close right back above that 50-month moving average, which at this point, guys, is 21,324. Not a very hard level for Bitcoin to necessarily, break out above and stay there. All right, so let's talk about a little bit about what happened here, the support levels and things like that. One of the cool things here is even though we dropped, we somehow still managed to close above this Ganfeng level, both the 3-to-1 and the 4-to-1, which is kind of interesting here. So if we go over to the daily chart, though, you can see we did close down below it for one day. The next day we were back above it, and now we're using it as support. So ultimately, this whole thing is weaker. It is weaker because we did close down below on the daily. But usually, it can be strong enough to have a bounce here. Because technically, finishing off last night, we didn't close down below any of these. And if you go back over here, what's the best way to do this? Oh, this isn't going to be the right Ganfeng level for all this stuff right back here. Yeah, it's not going to be the best one for us right now. I'd have to open up another Ganfin. But usually when we kind of, as long as we don't break down below it on the weekly chart, it does have a little bit more strength, than if you just didn't break it at all, if that makes sense. Or you guys get what I'm saying. Okay, and sorry guys, my brain is not working because, again, I have not had lunch today, which is why I'm snacking on an apple. Okay, we have an opportunity to bounce here, guys. It may just be a weekly bounce, maybe a 2-3 week bounce. That'll be kind of optimistic there. We'll have to see, but there is some optimism, mostly because the markets. There you go. Futures up across the board. Oil up as well. Everything is going boom right now. So if we can keep that momentum on right now, that'll be some good stuff for everybody. For members out there, I will be doing videos tonight, kind of giving you guys an update. I gave you guys an update. Well, I didn't try. I gave you guys updates on Friday, but they were really mixed because I was like, we're supposed to have a rebound soon, but I'm not seeing the signs of a rebound happening today. So I was like, you guys want to do some calls for next week? It's aggressive, but you guys can do it. But otherwise, be careful because you saw last Friday didn't end up being some big day, right? Okay, so we're holding support on these Ganfin levels. I do like to see that. Now let's talk about what actually stopped Bitcoin, because if you guys are usual on the stream, look at this. Here's the daily chart. It was actually this 3-to-1 Ganfin level. Almost perfectly did we bounce off of this. There you go. All right, it's kind of I don't know if you guys can see it well. I know when I have my OBS software kind of squish it, all the lines kind of disappear, but I think you guys can see wicks on it. So you can see we practically bounced off of this 3-to-1 Ganfin level. And if I go over here to the weekly chart, again, something weird is going on with TradingView and Binance's charts. The weekly candle should open up right here instead of open up way down here for some reason. Oh, geez, sorry. Siri thought I was talking to her. All right. But the Ganfin level that we ended up falling down below was the COVID low 3-to-1 negative 45-degree angle. Just, a little bit of tidbit here. If you guys watched my support cluster video, that was like right down below the top part of the support level. So I thought there was an opportunity for us to even go lower, but nope. Bulls came in, launched this up. So if you guys want to watch that video, it'll give you a little more explanation of what's going on here. But basically, 17,831 was that major support level that we talked about. And then the bottom of that support level is going to be all the way down here, about $14,900. We didn't even bother coming anywhere close to the middle of this range here. We just got ever so close, and then pop goes the dynamite. Okay. So right now, as far as any big moves that we might have this week, eventually it's all just going to be one trap. That doesn't mean you guys can't make money off of all these moves, though. So, excuse me. Let's take a second to go back over here on the 4-hour chart. That should do the trick here. You can see pretty much we're finding some consolidation. Excuse me, guys. We're going to be waiting to see if we can actually break above this 50 moving average here on the 4-hour chart and start grinding back upwards. If we do eventually start taking a dip back down here, that's when I might get a little bit more concerned that we might be crashing back down here. For now, I don't see any major signs of that. We've had a nice breakout finally above the 20 moving average here on the 4-hour chart. We talked a few days ago about it happening right here. It tried, it got rejected hard, finally did. We're going to have a little bit more of a breathing time, I believe, for us guys. One of the other things here that I think is going to be interesting, maybe now we'll finally have this consolidation period that we really want to see. The last consolidation period we had was right over here. And while it was a consolidation kind of just trying to hold some Fibonacci levels, we really didn't have too much of a great breakdown play to actually have as, community, whatever you want to call it. The only thing we really had to go off of as far as the shorts were the fact that we broke down below this 8-to-1 Ganfin level, and we were just expecting to come down. We just didn't know when, so we didn't really have a beautiful pattern there. Maybe this time we'll have something a little bit more nicer, I guess you would say. I haven't heard any updates on any of the really big fiascos going on in the crypto market either, so I'm hoping that we can only have good news from that, unless for whatever reason, let me go over here to Twitter very fast for you guys. For some reason, Celsius is like letting people's funds out maybe. June 19th, so this was yesterday, the latest. 18th. Okay, so this is old. Okay. Let me just read this very fast. So it has been 1 week since we paused withdrawals, swap, and transfers. We want our community to know that our objective continues to be stabilizing our liquidity and operations. This process will take time. That's not a good sign. If they had real good people in charge, they would already have the funds to get everything in order. All right. As has been priority since our company's inception, we maintain an open dialogue with regulators and officials. I don't believe that's true. We plan to continue working with regulators and officials regarding this pause and our company's determination to find a resolution. We are pausing our Twitter Spaces and AMAs to focus on navigating these unprecedented challenges and seeking to fulfill our responsibilities to our community. I think they have a social media staff that's designed to exactly like talk to things about this. But I think what's going to happen is if they tried to have an AMA or a Twitter space, they'd be flooded with comments and people asking questions like, "My money's all lost." You'd hear the worst sob stories in the world, justifiably so, and that would be horrible publicity for them. So they're not going to do anything like that. It says acting in our interests of our community remains our priority, and we will continue to work around the clock. So it sounds like nothing's really changed here, and they're just saying, "Hey, we're still working. Give us more time." I don't know how much more time they're going to have because pretty soon, more and more questions, more and more lawsuits. It's going to get worse and worse and worse for a lot of people out there. And it sounds like, even some larger influencers out there actually had money in Celsius, which is kind of interesting. So I wonder if they're going to be able to get the money back, or if I think it was BitBoys having a class action lawsuit go against Celsius. I wonder if that's going to make any headway here. Okay, let me put this over here very fast. Back over there. Now, there was actually one other thing I wanted to show you guys, but I'm just not entirely sure if I can find it. I don't know all the mess of my chart layouts right now. Maybe it's an unnamed. Oh, there we go, yeah. So, we've talked about this again, this Fibonacci circle here. My bad. That's what I'm going to do, okay. So, this one kind of goes back way in time. So, this is a weekly chart. It starts off here from the lows of 2015, and then I did it up to the highs of 2021, 69,000. And then from there, I squared the box and then drew a Fibonacci circle way out there, okay? And usually you guys can see, as we do this, you can see where some clear levels of, resistance, break out above it, resistance drop, broke out, nice, riding the support line here, right? Breakout, so forth, right? It adds a dimension of time. You can use it as support and stuff like that as well. We do that, but it's mostly for me an element of time on a Fibonacci chart. Okay, so one of the things I wanted to tell you guys about here, there's multiple Fibonacci circles you guys could add in your charts, but so far, guys, we are still holding this level here. As as it is, we're still holding it. So I think the first day that we actually close below this on a weekly chart, I think that would spell the really big drop that would be coming down to like a $14,000 level or something to that degree. And if you guys wanted to have that number, at least for, again, there's some weird glitch going on with TradingView and Binance. I don't know what it is. But that support level for this week is probably going to be somewhere around $18,000. So if we break down below $18,000 this week, I would assume we're going to have a really abysmal next month or month or two, yeah. Okay, but until then, maybe we have an opportunity to grind back up. Ultimately, I think we are going to break down below this line. But, the question is going to be when at that point. So let me go over here to the daily chart. Oh, you can actually see, guys, we didn't even close down below this on the daily chart, unlike that Ganfan level, or excuse me, the the other Ganfan levels that we talked about a few minutes ago. We never actually closed down below it, and that's a good sign for this Fibonacci circle kind of adding a little bit of support for us. So maybe when this actually closes on the daily chart, maybe not even just the weekly chart. But we held it, and I would say just barely here. All right. For those of you guys that care about Fib circles, I know some of you guys don't care for them too much, but they do have a purpose as long as you are nerdy enough to use them in that proper way, I guess you would say. But okay, everybody. I'm more optimistic about Bitcoin this week. I'm hoping that the NASDAQ can have a bounce, and let's talk about that here for a second, then I'll go into general questions and things like that. Take a swig of water, though. I don't want ConocoPhillips. I would like the NASDAQ. There we go. All right. Here's the NASDAQ. Here's the weekly chart. The only line that we care about these days is the 200 weekly moving average. If we kind of zoom in here a little bit, guys, we are still about 4% away from that 200 weekly moving average. And then, I'm hoping that if we come into contact with it, we can have a solid bounce like we did in 2000 or a solid bounce like we had back over here during the financial crisis. I'd be really happy to see that. For now, though, since we are looking very green this morning, like Dow's up 1%, S&P up 1%, Nasdaq up 1%. Since we're kind of up a little bit, maybe we have the opportunity. Where we at? There you go. To actually have a green week well before that, before we come down that extra 4% needed to have a pure bounce. So I'll be watching it pretty closely. There's not many earnings reports coming out this week. There's not really much news coming out this week as far as I know. And so since nobody's really anticipating an opportunity to have a bunch of bad news, maybe this week we'll just have a little bit of a breather where everybody wants to come buy back in. Careful of it. It might be something more of a multi-week kind of rally, right? I'm hopeful for that, but I don't know. Or it might be something a little bit more aggressive here where we just have a nice little pump, 1 week of stagnation, then the next week we just plummet and so forth here, okay? So I'm hopeful that we can start off the week green. And this is, you guys know this, I'm sure, but this is a short 4-day week here. We have an opportunity maybe just to come up a little bit higher and then curling back down. Again, we're going to have to wait and see. But I think the biggest question for everybody here that you guys need to be focused on, besides all these support levels and stuff like this, is for this week, because it wasn't the case last week, for this week, is Bitcoin going to go back to correlating with the NASDAQ? If so, we could have some really nice gains going possibly back up to $22,000, maybe even $23,000 if we can get a little bit of a short squeeze coming out here. If not, that'll be a great sign of weakness for Bitcoin, and that'll mean that even if the NASDAQ is booming up 2-3% over the week, maybe even 4% for the week, maybe let's say it's 2-3% for the week, and Bitcoin's not doing anything, that means that there's a huge player out there who's specifically stopping Bitcoin from having a big boom. There was a chart out that somewhere for you guys. I just don't recall where I had it. Let's see. Bitcoin leverage bubbles. That was bubbles. Chart. Uh, Maybe this is it. I forget what it was. No, this isn't it. So basically, what happened here over the last few days is you saw a lot of whales open up a lot of large short positions, and I'm talking about larger than anything else we've seen over the past few months. Like normal bubbles look like this; these massive shorts look more like that. Okay, that's the scale of what we're talking about here. Now, they do have safeguards in place to make sure they don't lose all of their money. They're not going to, it's not going to be the massivest of short squeezes and stuff like that. They made sure to cover and help themselves out in that way. However, there still is a chance for us to really pop those suckers out of the market. I think somewhere around $21,500 to $22,000. I'd be interested to see what would happen if we actually do make it back up to those levels. Now, at least for what you guys can expect for the rest of the day, I'm just hoping, like I said before at the intro, we can get above this 50 moving average on the 4-hour chart, get a surge back up here towards at least 21,500. That's kind of the goal there, and start having a little bit more of an aggressive move. My ultimate resistance for this week is going to be that Ganfin level you guys can see right up here on the screen. It looks more sideways maybe, but you can kind of see it has a slight tilt. Right up here around 24,672, and that's me being the most optimistic I can be about Bitcoin. If we get above that level, awesome, but I'd be surprised, okay? Maybe over the weekend if something really crazy happens. But for now, guys, consolidation, let's watch it out. If you guys want to get more bearish and pessimistic, then I would say you guys would probably want to see Bitcoin retrace and get back down below the 20 moving average on the 4-hour chart. For now, I'm hoping that over the next 2 days, probably tomorrow if we're lucky with the Dow going up and NASDAQ and all that good stuff, where we can have our first golden cross with the 20 moving average on the 4 crossing above the 50. We haven't had that happen for a good minute here, and happened like last time way over here, right? And that was towards the end of a consolidation period. Right now, we're kind of at the beginning of one, if you can kind of tell the difference in when it happened. I'm hopeful that we can start moving back up, and instead of just doing what we did last time, which was just consolidating. Because if you guys can see right here, our resistance was this 8-to-1 Ganfin level up here. Right now, our level of resistance is a lot higher, a lot nicer, a little bit more breathing room here. But again, just wait till tomorrow, guys. If you guys want to start placing your bets right now, by all means, go for it. But you guys definitely need to have your stop losses there, as always. That's the one thing I'm always going to tell you guys to do. Stop loss, stop loss, stop loss. Okay. I'll probably put this on the 1 minute chart here so we can kind of just enjoy it. Again, maybe over here. Is there anything else I need to talk about this one? We have some Fibonacci levels up here. We have one at 21,280 and 22,794. So we're up to the upper range of this level right now. I know there was a little bit of a fake out here actually last night, which was surprising. I think the average guy that was shorting last night would probably want to short somewhere around here or around here. But you're seeing these nice little reversals because normally, guys, if you were trading this, you'd see the downtrend, right? And then you might assume something to the degree of this. Can I get out of this little... Yeah, there we go. You might assume something like, hey, we have a flag right here. I'm going to consolidate, then we're going to break down, and then, I can make even more money on this breakdown. Well, this breakdown never actually happened, so it was a little bit of a fake out for people that shorted right here. And I would say this would probably even be a good time to short at the time, just because if you look at it, the day was ending, you could sense a reversal kind of coming up here, came down. So if you guys were able to take your profits, this was actually still a profitable trade here, especially if you guys were trading other stuff besides Bitcoin, kind of Ethereum, Dogecoin, something like that. Although Dogecoin had some action from this weekend from Elon Musk texting about it. And then we had something similar right here, another flag, and we broke out of this flag as well. Well, I'm not going to draw the flag on there again, but you guys get my point. So at this moment in time, what I'm looking for, guys, is a few different things from a daily chart. I was hoping we could try to do this week. Again, this is a 15-minute chart. And then using the Fibonacci as a little bit of resistance and seeing if we could actually break out above this. History says we're most likely going to break down. But with the NASDAQ, maybe we'll just have a surge and we can break out of that pattern. That's kind of where I'm going right now, guys. All right. Now, probably best to actually magnetize that just so we have some firm numbers here. There we go. All right, perfect. Now, last thing we're going to do here is move over here. And let's check some stuff out, everybody. Here's the weekly chart for Ethereum. I'm backwards today, guys. I'm sorry. I hope you guys had a good week. I everything I needed to do as far as cleaning, get ready for the air conditioning and stuff like that, I was doing stuff this week. And my neighbors my neighbors are a family from Guam, and they own like 4 houses in a row in this like kind of larger cul-de-sac area. They had the massivest of house parties, and it was great. So the whole neighborhood was invited. Loki got to see like 6 other dogs. It was fantastic. One of my neighbors just got a new baby husky, so Loki was petting around with it. But poor Loki scared the dog just by licking its forehead, and the dog just pooped itself on top of the grandma. And she was like, "Ah!" It was a great time. It was a great time. Okay, so as I double click this and I get out of here very fast. Actually, we can keep the numbers on the side. Looky. Ethereum bounced right off of that Fibonacci level. Nice play if you guys are trying to take some profit right there, okay? Now it's looking to consolidate. Ethereum's resistance is going to be up here around $1,200. We'll see if we can get higher. We definitely can, especially if we're going to try to get back above that 200 weekly moving average. But it's nice to see the technicals working. This should give you guys some confidence that in case we do eventually crash down again, which is still likely at this point, unfortunately, whether it happens in a couple weeks, a few weeks, a month from now, when inflation gets bad, famine gets bad, all that good stuff, I think you're going to have another opportunity if Bitcoin really does have a really nasty crash. You might be able to buy Ethereum for like $562. Now, you could always add other Fibonacci levels on top of here. You don't have to go off of these ones. These are just the ones that we find them to be the most reliable after here, right? So you could also add Fibonacci levels down here. So maybe the next drop might not be 500, maybe it'll just be 650. You can kind of switch things up and see what you like, and you can kind of scale into any positions you guys might be wanting to take. Based on all of these different Fibonacci levels. Okay. Now let me put this one back though for that one because that one worked out perfectly. So you guys can always add multiple Fibonacci levels here. ADA. Surprisingly, on the weekly chart, look at this. We still managed to hold. So this one didn't have the same massive crash that that Ethereum might have had. So that was interesting to see. Ethereum Classic held Fibonacci support, also held the trendline opportunity for a bounce here. XRP holding fibs. Dollar index here moving down. That's interesting to see. Almost looking to like we're trying to start a double top pattern here. We'll have to wait a month to see if this actually pans out. Multiple weeks of coming down, but there's always optimism there. There's always optimism. And that might not be because inflation is going down. It might just be because of other countries' currencies gaining ground against the dollar after the American dollar has just been annihilating the rest of the world's currencies. It's been pretty brutal, right? Now, STMX broke down. I don't have any Fibonacci levels on here. This is just something I'm accumulating. Sheeb came back down to old support level, managed to hold an old fib level, actually, just kind of the base of before it took off. FTM tried to bounce off. This Fibonacci level didn't actually work out too well for this one. I was kind of surprised. But I guess this is something I like to swing trade every now and again. First time, bounced off perfectly. This time, we're kind of in no man's land. To me, that doesn't mean that this is doing anything wrong. It just means I need to spend some more time actually finding out what level it's actually trying to hold. So the chart is hiding something from me. I need to go dive in and find out what that is. Matic, again, broke down, not on the weekly chart, but on the daily. No, on the weekly do we hold? On the weekly we held. That's what's important here. And we're bouncing off of that one. Litecoin had a little bit of a surge today. I don't really like Litecoin. You guys know that. I think it has some big booms every now and again, and those are fun to trade. Ultimately, this thing's been pretty stagnant. Sturdy. I think it'll go up in time, but for now, it's just not really doing much here. From a market to market perspective, or a cycle to cycle perspective. Sorry. Here, if we can break above that 20-day moving average, you might find some hope there. Have a tight stop loss because the last time we did it, nothing happened. All right. XS, probably best to just go the weeklies here. Held, Link held, Gala. No, it's already too low. It doesn't really have any good support levels here. Bitcoin Cash. I don't actually have any technicals for Bitcoin Cash. Do I? Man, there's probably some technical there, but I don't have any. Crow held. Dot held perfectly. That's nice to see. Well, not perfectly, but nice. Dogelon not having a strong recovery, but we'll see how it turns out. Why don't I actually have Fibonacci levels on this one? Oh man, I forgot I had everything fixed up, didn't I? Did we hold anything? No, we didn't come close enough to it. Engine broke down. Uh, really? Is there anything else here for Engine Coin? Oh, there we go. Okay. Held EOS. Oh wow, EOS. Yeah, definitely not as strong EOS compared to a lot of other stuff. It closed down 2 weeks ago and it doesn't have any support level, so that's why it's kind of bleeding out. ApeCoin bounced off of support. Again, sorry to kind of ramble on through this. ICP, there is no support. If I'm ever going to do support on ICP, it would have to be some type of inverted Fibonacci extension tool, which means I would have to do something like, how would you even do this? Maybe that one to that one? Well, that's what we held right there. Maybe if I went from here to here, and we didn't even hold that one. Give me a second, guys. Let me work my magic on this one to see if it actually worked. There we go. We held that one. I would not even trust that using this tool on ICP though in the first place, because it just keeps on going down here. I have some ICP. I've only bought one batch of it, and it was like, I don't know, somewhere around like $7, something like that. I think I might have bought some a while ago with some money I got from an exchange, but I think it was like at $10. So this has just been coming down pretty consistently. Mana. We won't talk about Mana, but Mana rebounding just like everything else. Sand coming up like everything else after that nice little breakdown there. Sol. Sol broke down. It closed down below the Fibonacci level, so I'm a little more concerned about this one. However, if Bitcoin's going back up, I think this can go back up as well. I just want to see that we break back out above this trend line. You can see once we broke down below it, big move down. I don't want to see us break back above that in order to be anywhere excited about Sol. Especially because I don't know if it was just like something like a Twitter rage that people were talking about it. There were fears or rumors being spread that Sol was about to be forced to liquidate, and I think that caused a little bit of panic here over the last few days. Look at this nasty move that happened. Going up right here and then just got crashed back down. It was just a little bit overextension as far as the rebound, but you can see how easy it got slammed. There are a lot of shorts watching Luna right now, and I think what you're seeing is like an eyeballing of, is this going to be the next Luna? People are salivating for the opportunity to make a lot of money as this thing would potentially crash if they were to be forced to liquidate. I don't know if... I don't use Twitter enough to know how to use this stuff. I think if I just type in Sol here, there might be something... see. Okay, I see a lot of warnings. I don't know what they are, but yeah. So there's a lot of warnings going around about Soul Coin. We'll see what happens with it. We'll see. Okay, buddy. Yeah, we're fine. What is with this line? What does this line represent? Daily. Oh, that was the support level for the short. If you guys wanted to short over the weekend, okay, we don't need that anymore. We already broke down below it. Let's go for. There you go. Probably best to actually do this on the 15-minute chart just so I can lock in the prices. Yeah. All right, perfect. Okay. Then we go to the 1. Then we go to the 15. Zoom in, and there we go. Okay, let me get that little RSI back on here. Okay, but I hope you guys all had a good weekend. That was pretty fun to watch. I wasn't watching the entire weekend, frankly, because I told you guys I was getting everything ready. My computer overheated like once this weekend, partly because it had too much dust and I cleaned it out and stuff like that. But it got me thinking that I need to get my air conditioning units and everything really fixed up here for the summer heat wave that might be coming. And by heat wave, I just mean it's going to be in the 80s here in Washington. It's been nice in the 60s for the past few weeks and even the 50s. Perfection for me at this time of year. But now we're starting to get to the summer weather where I'm going to go swimming and stuff like that. And hey, Era 44, welcome to the Ruby level, my man. I really do appreciate it. And somebody signed up for the Ruby level also this as well, so I want to say thank you guys too. And what's right here? Let me make sure I'm not missing anything. I'm going down the list of comments right now. If you guys have any questions, I'll get to them in a few minutes. And hey, Michael, Mike's new setup. Appreciate it. Hey, Puma, what's right here? Hey, there you go. Oh, I don't have your treats, my dude. I have a treat for you, but they're not the treats that you're gonna like. Here, I'll give you one in a little bit. Loki's over here. Loki's been enjoying days and days of playing outside. I just got him de-shredded today. We went out in the backyard. Clumps and clumps of fur out there. Uh, let's see. And hey, Michael, Mike, I know you use Voyager. Are you nervous at all with them having to get a loan? No. So, in fact, for me, they have the confidence of a lot of like the higher up people that I respect in the like the crypto community, like the digital asset news, Brandon, Invest Answers guy. I kind of like him quite a bit. I was happy to see them take a loan out right now, and the main reason for that is they're preemptively getting in front of any shit hitting the fan, so to speak. Right? That's what I'm kind of excited about, or not excited about. I'm happy about. I don't want them to pull a Celsius where they don't have the funds available if they need them to kind of mitigate any disasters, right? And I think here, Loki, here you go, yeah, right there, put it right there. But yeah, I saw the news. I wasn't too concerned about it. I was more like, whew, they have everything under control, and I think they're taking the necessary precautions to really, get ahead of any potential storms. But right now, I don't see any major danger coming out of there. Because the only problems we've ever had with Voyager over the past couple years, as far as I'm concerned, is the fact that their servers sometimes can't keep up with the large demand of their of traffic from in and out of exchanges and stuff like that, or withdrawals and deposits, or trades, whatever you want to call it. And over the last crash, I don't think they had any problems as far as I know. I didn't get any alerts or emails that, hey, we're dealing with some issues, let us fix it up. I didn't see any of that going on, so I'm still optimistic they can kind of keep my money safe, so to speak. If for whatever reason there was like a whistleblower or something really bad comes out, maybe I'll transfer some of my positions just to be safe, but I'll let you guys know if I do that. Right now, I haven't seen anything major. Just continuing to earn interest on my coins and stuff like that. Happy they took a proactive approach because I don't want them to be like Celsius, because Celsius would be a lot worse. Let's see. Oh, and hey, Michael, Jordan had to eat the sock on his stream. Oh, wait, Michael, I'm going to scroll down a little bit and I'll get to it, but remind me why Jordan had to eat his sock. Because I thought he said it was going to be going down with me as well. Why did he have to eat his sock? I'll be interested to see exactly how that turned out. If he was a smart marketing guy, you can tell him I said this. He should actually go back into that live stream, capture the frame of him eating the sock, put that on a t-shirt, and then try to sell it. It wouldn't give you consistent money, but it'd be a good boom in the first couple days. All right, what's right here? Hey, Bideford, happy to see you back. Let's see. Oh, and hey, Far For Broke, BitBoy had 2.8 million in Celsius, I read. Holy moly, jeez. Yeah, I don't feel that bad for BitBoy, but yeah. But that is wild. I feel like BitBoy is kind of the scamier side of crypto, but he's entertaining. But I feel like he's more of a he doesn't let like he kind of pumps up stuff when you know what I mean. Pumps it up. He buys stuff, pumps it up, then sells it. Then the coin whatever eventually crashes because everybody loses interest in it. See. And hey, Byteford, Bitcoin on Kraken using anchored VWAP on the 2017 high is where it found the low support on 618. Oh, that's pretty interesting as well there. So some old support from 2017. Hey, Magatoni. See. And hey, Mike, as far as the market right now, it all looks pretty green. If you guys wake up early enough, depends on where you guys are in the country. For me, the market opens up at 6:30 in the morning. Some people might still be asleep on the West Coast. In Hawaii, people are definitely still asleep, right? Around the world, varying times. Right now, it looks like we're going to have a green day. Again, that's going to be good overall for the market. The caveat to that is last week Bitcoin wasn't really following the Nasdaq. If you guys watched my Bitcoin breakout video, I was like, hey, this is what we need to do, or the goals for breaking out for Bitcoin. I think it was like around like close to the end of the video. I made sure to tell you guys, hey, be careful right now because you don't really want to be doing too much trading until we break out above not even the first trend line, but the second trend line, because of how Bitcoin is not following the Nasdaq right now, and that should be a little bit more concerning. So at this point in time, if the Nasdaq and Bitcoin open up tomorrow strong, that's going to be great because then the Nasdaq might have a 2 to 3 more day rally. Bitcoin can have a 2 to 3 more day rally, and you might be able to get some short squeeze out of the market here. As far as what's happened over the last 24 hours, let me go over here to whale trades. We'll see who's been liquidated out of the market. Here we go. 1 hour ago, shorts liquidated 43.74 million. Longs liquidated 31.68 million. So you're starting to see everything even back out here, which is a good sign. All right. Means we should be expecting another move here pretty soon. But all I really want, guys, I know everybody wants it to go up or down, whatever. I would just be happy with some simple consolidation for the week. Us just kind of ebbing around and then making some type of a setup where we know to either buy the breakout or short the breakdown. Again, we are in a bear market. Eventually, we should be breaking back down, but at least we might have an opportunity to have a little bit of a bear market rally until that occurs. But for that to happen, again, Bitcoin will have to follow the Nasdaq, and the Nasdaq itself is going to have to be able to bounce either right now this week or the 200 weekly moving average that we've been talking about for a while now on the channel. And hey, Island Time, happy to see you back as well. Hey, Can. Let's see. And hey, Degen King 69, Michael calms my FOMO. I'm glad I do. FOMO is a very, very toxic thing for a trader. Nobody ever wants to have FOMO, but we all do, unfortunately, right? What's right here? Hey, Lamont, what happened to the Dogecoin to a dollar thumbnail? I don't know. I don't really manage the thumbnail on the other channel anymore. Let me see. I think it should still say $1 or something, right? Dogecoin live. Road to $1. It says it right there. Road to $1. Yeah, it says right there. There are not many viewers because everybody's watching this stream, but yeah, it still says road to $1 or whatever I just said a couple seconds ago. Hey MKP, heard you won't be able to buy ADA after the 3rd of July. Is this true or fake news? I have not looked into it. I haven't heard any of those rumors or facts, not yet. I haven't heard any news about that so far. If it was going to happen, I might have seen it on Twitter or something, but I haven't seen any news on it. I will double check probably on Reddit to see if there's actually like a conversation going on about it because I'm sure somebody else has asked that same question. Let's see. And hey, Michael, ICP has support at 0. It feels like that, doesn't it? It really does feel like that. And hey, Slimy, do I have an idea of when I'm going to start buying NVIDIA yet? Whenever it breaks out. Whenever it breaks out. As far as NVIDIA is concerned, here, watch list, wrong watch list, YouTube breakouts. Let's go to the specific NVIDIA. Once it breaks out of this falling wedge, and that could be weeks. That could be weeks. Instead, if you want to, You can try. I mean, like we've already closed down below the Fibonacci level. We're not really looking at anything really fantastic here. What was I looking at here? A little bit of a breakout there. If you want to do a scalp up to the Fibonacci as resistance, I mean that was it. Get rid of that right now. Maybe if no, we even broke out above it the other day on the 15. Didn't really do much. Primarily just when it breaks out. I mean that's me right now. I'm looking at it. We have a wedge. We could possibly break out sometime early July, but right now we're just simply consolidating in this one. Unless there's another pattern here that I missed, and that could definitely be the case here. I wouldn't be going off of this too much. I wouldn't be buying anything right now as far as NVIDIA until we have a solid breakout. And that breakout, this is a daily chart. I mean, it'd probably be a breakout of around anywhere from like 173, maybe over the next few weeks to somewhere 161. From there, I'm going to be aiming for about $5 strike price above the breakout price and then just hold for about a week, watch the money rank in, and then I'll be looking okay. But right now, doesn't look too, it doesn't look that too exciting. Which one am I looking at here? There we go. There we go. Okay. And hey, Odin Treasure, I believe all fake coins will be flushed out for sure. For sure. I mean, not all of them. There's going to be a few that survive, but a lot of coins will eventually be knocked out of this market. And I think ultimately that's a good thing. I think that's a really good thing here. Just because all of those funds will be allocated towards other cryptos in the future, and there's going to be less competition for the altcoins that do survive. And that's why if you guys haven't already, if don't have to watch it now, but if this, what is that? What is that? Best time to buy altcoins. If this video just flashes on your browser, like your homepage, please click on it. Please watch it. I give you guys an idea of when you guys might want to be buying altcoins. You're not going to be catching the bottom, but you are going to get a good price. And after you buy it, you have a strong reason to believe that you're not going to be seeing too much red after you buy it, which means you're not going to be as worried about the coins falling down and down and down. And it takes away a lot of the stress as far as trading altcoins, which can be terrible. Like, you guys know I started buying altcoins like 2 months ago. Small amounts, but some of those amounts are down like 50%, right? But to me, I don't really care too much because I knew that was most likely, there was a chance it might happen, right? So I planned for it. But if you guys are kind of newer to crypto and you, like, I don't know if you guys put all your money back in like 2 months ago, probably not. But if you guys put any amount of crypto, you bought any amount of crypto a couple months ago, you guys might be really panicked here. And so I try to teach you guys how to mitigate that by not trying to catch the falling knife, but instead try to, calm down a little bit. The video explains it all, yeah. Good, okay. Let's see. And thanks, Odin Hidden Treasure. I'm working more and more on my videos. I'm seeing more and more views off of them, and that's been really nice. I am going to be learning to edit some more. I've watched like 4 hours of tutorials this weekend. It's getting better. It's getting better. Let's see. It was a whale wallet. They were about to be liquidated, and they were going to take control of it, so they didn't liquidate. Jesus, my gosh. That's my bad. I'm tired, guys. It was a whale wallet they wanted. This was about to be liquidated, and they were going to take control of it, so it didn't liquidate on the network, I believe. Oh, that's interesting to see. Did I hear about the new short Bitcoin ETF? I mean, that does sound interesting. Normally, for me, again, what I would do in this bearish market is if we do have a major move up, you just open up a low leverage short or just a no leverage short, and you just kind of hold it, and you'll make some money off of it. The short I told you guys to open up a few weeks ago as an example one, that's up like 30% right now, and at the height of everything, that 2x short position was up 40%, right? So it's kind of like just buying long, you're shorting long basically, long shorting, maybe that's the term for it. Is what I'd recommend doing here. If we manage to have a nice big bounce here. See right here. Jordan ate a sock because Bitcoin went down below 20,000. Oh, okay, that makes sense. Well, why? Wait, no, but I thought Jordan thought we were going to go down below 20,000. That was almost a certainty, wasn't it? Yeah. Oh, maybe he was going off of the no. I don't think he was going off of the 200 weekly moving average. Maybe he was. I don't know. I haven't watched the stream in a little bit. Um, Asian market open wind later at night. Later at night. So remember, I wake up at 6:30 in the morning. That was 6:30 in the morning is Eastern time is when the market opens here. I think it's like midnight or something like that is when the market opens. I forget, but it's much later in the night. Much later in the night. Put here. What are my thoughts on KDA? I think it's fine. I don't particularly own any of it. I don't think right now, but yeah, I wouldn't try to buy it though off of the technicals of KDA. I think I've done the technicals for you guys a few times. Um, I would only do it off of what Bitcoin's trying to do and when Bitcoin finds some stability. See, and hey, Michael, he made the bet a long time ago. But why did he make the bet? He knew he was going to eat a sock. I'll die on that bridge. I think he knew he was going to eat a sock if Bitcoin went down to 20,000. I think he knew that Bitcoin was going down to $20,000. Because again, you just zoom out here on the monthly chart, or let me just go to the. Oh, there's so much crap on my screen right now. Um, right, even with the 200 weekly moving average being right around 22,000, back in the day, you didn't know how far that was going to be going up. Oh, but we've fallen well down below the 200 weekly moving a lot of times before, especially with the bad economy. But okay, let me go over here. I think he knew. I think he knew. Brilliant marketing tactic. I bet everybody was asking, "Are you gonna eat the sock? Are you gonna eat the sock?" More engagement on the channel, more views. I think he knew what he was doing. He's a smart guy. All right, there we go, guys. Let me go check out some other stuff here. So far, everybody, in the last 24 hours, you see pretty much unch market, not much changed. I think what is important to talk about here is how Bitcoin in the last 30 days is down 30%, about an average of 1% every day. However, even though Bitcoin's only down 30%, Ethereum is down 43%. 43%, okay? Year to date, Ethereum has lost 70% of its value, while Bitcoin's only lost about 57%. Anything else of interest here? XRP is down 22% for the month. Solana is down 30%. Doge is down 30%. Solana is number 9 right now in total market cap, which is interesting. So I wonder if this does go kaput. I wonder what will happen to all that, where all that money will go if it's not all lost, right? Anything else here? No, I don't see anything else crazy. I wanted to talk about one other thing though, and that was largest Bitcoin wallets. Oh, whoa, whoa, what happened here? Okay, what happened to whale number 4? What happened to whale number 3? Okay, so whale number 3 is now the same whale number 3 before the other whale kind of whale number 614 popped up. So we have the normal whale number 3 now. I don't exactly know what that means, but I'll have to find the other guy's wallet now. I don't know how that's gonna work out. But you can see while we were dipping and crashing, this guy was still buying hundreds of Bitcoins every day. That's really nice to see. His Bitcoin position continues to grow here. And if I kind of zoom in on the chart here a little bit by a little bit, yeah, you can see his numbers continue to grow, even though the value of them kind of stood around because, of course, it was crashing during that time. But okay, but let me maybe this guy. I don't know where all that money went, guys. I don't have no idea where all that money went. Number 5, number 6. Yeah, what happened to all that money? Maybe this one right here. That's a Binance wallet. No, I do not know what happened to that guy's wallet. This is from June. Do I have to refresh the page or something, or is it gonna do that weird thing? No, yeah. Huh. Okay. I'll look more into this because the guy just came in here like a wrecking ball, and then all of a sudden he just vanished. Just absolutely vanished after piling in billions of dollars into Bitcoin. Huh. I'll have to wait and see how that all turns out in the future. And hey, Puma, do you think Shiba will be one of the coins that doesn't survive the bear market? I think it has an opportunity to survive, and that main opportunity is called Robinhood. The fact that Robinhood has it is a huge bonus. Robinhood only has a few coins, and you guys know how I feel about Robinhood. I don't particularly like the exchange. However, if I see a low market cap coin put on Robinhood during this bear market crypto window, whatever you want to call it, I will put about $1,000 on that coin. If it's like under a penny, I'll put I'll put $1,000 on this coin. All right, and that's because Robinhood has a massive reach. It could have a massive pump no matter how long it takes, and the reach that Robinhood has, it has a lot more has a lot higher reach than a lot of other exchanges. For some reason, a lot of people that like to trade stocks, some people might think that, crypto is a little too crazy, or it's just not something they can comprehend. It's just a little bit more challenging than they want to admit. But when they're on Robinhood, they can easily just buy it without having to deal about exchanges and wallets and all the really winky dink stuff. If there's an exchange that if Robinhood does put on a coin someday, I'll put like $1,000 on it. If it under $500 million market cap, and then under a penny, it doesn't even matter what the name would be, I would buy that coin and a lot of it. That's one of the reasons I bought Dogecoin in the beginning, because I was like, oh, it's on Robinhood. I can see this thing really blowing up here. All right, so I think Shiba can survive. I don't think it'll do that hot, right? I think I might have a really big pump and dump like it did this time. I don't think it's going to really, unless somebody can come along and start backing it, and I haven't seen that to be the case right now, because all the gains it had from last year, let me go right here. Shiba. Year to date, it's down 76%. Let me see. Can I pull up the... we already know what the chart looks like here. Let's go to market cap. Yeah, the market cap before it popped was around 2.5 billion. Then it soared all the way up here to 41 billion. And now it's back to like 4.4. A little over double the market cap from just a couple years ago. It's not really looking all that good. While Dogecoin, it's not looking good at all. It still hasn't fallen down nearly the same amount, as getting closer and closer to those lows from a couple years ago, right? But I think that's a possibility. It's going to be Robinhood, though, right? You guys, let me see. You guys know I have a Robinhood account. It has like a whopping $2 into it or something like that. There we go. Here's all the crypto on Robinhood. Oh my gosh, you guys can't see any of that. One more pop. There we go. All right. So Bitcoin, Ethereum, Solana, Dogecoin, Shiba, Polygon, Litecoin, Bitcoin Cash, Ethereum Classic, Bitcoin SV, and Compound. Really not much going on here, right? If I was to long any of these things, guys, any of them at all, it would be Compound. It would be Compound. Before I said I wouldn't really want to buy it because the market cap was a little bit too high and the price was like around $100. That's not around $100 anymore. So, maybe I'd want to try to buy some of this, but everything else, right? Market cap, $1 billion, $3 billion, $3.5 billion, $4.5 billion, $4.5 billion, almost $6 billion, almost $11 billion, $13 billion, $200 billion, $561 billion. Where's the upside in a lot of those coins? I mean, there is an upside. It's just not going to be as parabolic as something that just has a measly $396 million, right? Now, the golden spot for me, as I just said, would be if we have a market cap under 500 million, but a price under a penny. So I think this thing can go big. I don't think it'll go Dogecoin big, but if I can find a coin that they just pop up over here sometime over the next few months, guys, I mean, that's what I would go more aggressive on. Not taking up a massive position in my portfolio, but I'd be putting a respectable amount of money in there more than other things, because that means, personally, Robinhood's done a lot of the vetting for me, frankly. They're not going to put on any coin here. And on top of that, it now has the potential reach to just get like crazy buy orders in from all the crazy people that use Robinhood. They go FOMO. Robinhood allows anybody that wants to, make an account in like a few minutes, open up an account, buy, boom, you're off to the races, so to speak, right? So waiting on it. They haven't been updating their crypto as of late, but again, I just that's what I like. That's the dream here, guys. That's the dream. And if they do, I'll make a whole video like for 10 minutes just talking about the opportunity for that coin, while at the same time just saying, hey, don't put all of your eggs in one basket. This is only taking up like a teeny part of my portfolio, but I have high hopes for it just simply because it's on Robinhood. That's kind of what will happen there. Let's see right here. Bitcoin boss, thank you. And hey, Michael. Oh yeah, comments all day about the stock. See, I knew it. um, there was a dog coin that 8K that dropped to 300. I heard, and that's beyond crazy drop. Probably depends on the market cap. If it wasn't too high of a market cap, it could have easily just crashed like a rock. I'm losing track of the whales too, Michael. Right now, Bitcoin's doing a little bit of nice moves here, though. We're moving up a little bit. We're patiently waiting for a breakout. Let's see if we can actually have one, though. Let's see. Hey, Cody. Biden did this to Bitcoin. He didn't do anything to Bitcoin. I mean, this was bound to happen eventually. I just think the administration and the Federal Reserve's lack of awareness that inflation was coming our way, even though economists were kind of like waving the flag of hey, watch out for this. I think the reaction was bad, but I don't think they necessarily caused all this because the cycle was going to continue itself anyway. Bitcoin wasn't necessarily just going to be going up forever, as much as we all want that to happen. And to some degree, you got to thank them because Bitcoin's gone down more, altcoins have gone down more because of the policies, when otherwise you might not have these really good opportunities to buy crypto, right? So, got to get a little bit of credit for the low prices, but they're not the main reason for all this catastrophe is going on in the markets. And hey, foam, I know you guys can hear me eating the apple. I want to eat the apple before it turns brown. Once the apple turns brown, can you really eat it? No, you can't. And hey, Matthew, no worries, my man. Happy to help you out. I wish Robinhood would do it at STMX. I'd be so rich. That's one of the ones I'm eyeballing. However, I've been buying STMX on Voyager and I believe KuCoin. So I've been buying it up there, and I'm just kind of holding it right now and waiting to see what happens. I'm optimistic, though, that STMX will do something in the future, and that's only because it has a solid utility. If you guys are going to be going after altcoins, watch my altcoin video about when I think the best time to buy them is, but you don't have to necessarily buy them right now, right? I'm nibbling in, doing some bigger chunk buys every now and again, but it's mostly just nibbling in, right? So if the market does bleed out even more, which I think it will, that'll be a good opportunity if you guys want to start nibbling some more and so forth. But yeah, STMX is going to be one of my favorites here. I got to find some other ones, though. It's not just STMX that's doing good, right? Or that I think has a good utility. There's other coins out there as well. Make apple soup? Oh, no. What I'm actually going to have after this is I made some beans yesterday. They're like Mexican beans. I don't know what they call it. The pinto beans, whatever they are. Beans with salted pork, pulled pork, some broth stuff, some ham hocks, and I just made this really filling bean soup thing. It's really good. I forgot what it's called, but just like a stew or something like that, and very good. I always try to have a little bit of stew every now and then, as you guys know, I just finished up, or I made a few weeks ago. I made bear stew. It was good. Okay. There we go. May grab a few 20k Doge at 0.5 and let it chill. Why not? There you go. If you believe in Doge long term, you can buy some up and just let it sit. Just be careful, guys, that you guys don't panic if the market goes down again or anything like that. That's just going to be the one caveat to everything we talk about here. If you guys are buying right now, you guys want to understand the market can go down a lot more. You're not going to buy the bottom, but if you hold, you should be fine. And that's the crucial thing. Because, again, this wears down on you guys. This wears down on a lot of people very easily. Just because they're not used to seeing their money kind of disappear. And I think that's because too many people overinvest. And by that, I mean they invest more than they're willing to lose. And it's evident as soon as the coin or the stock goes down like 5%, they're already like hyperventilating. It's that type of stuff. See, hey, from mashed taters. Ooh, that would be pretty good too. ProShares will be launching a Bitcoin short ETF June 21st. See, that's going to be interesting because, you know, when is the date going to be right here? June 21st? That might actually make you some money. I think KuCoin has something that's just as good. They have like the 5x short, the 3x short, I think the 10x short as well. So you can buy shorts without actually exposing yourself to leverage, which is kind of nice at the same time. But over time, that ETF is going to have to be resplit time and time again because it's going to go down to zero every few years as Bitcoin goes to all-time highs and it has these massive booms. You're going to see the ETF crash, go to zero, get split, and then it'll happen again and again and again. So that's going to be interesting to watch. So, you know, when Bitcoin's in a you know, close to all-time highs, everybody's rocking, we have a death cross on the daily chart, that's when I would really start buying into that ETF. But, you know, now there's not really many gains to be getting at this point. I mean, we're still going to make money, don't get me wrong, if you guys open up shorts here, but it's not going to be nearly to the same degree as if you guys open up shorts when Bitcoin was like 59,000 when we were having the death crosses. That was a clear, the market could be ending right here, or the rally could be ending here. Tickers are down. Oh, see, I opened up Robinhood and see what happened to it. Messed it up. Oh, they're not down. Sorry. Here, hold on. So you guys remember when I zoomed in? It zoomed in on all my Robinhood tickers. So now you just see a little bit of relief. So hold on a second. If I go back to this and I just zoom out a little bit. There we go. Okay. Yeah, there we go. 110%. That's really what it's at? Okay, I'll leave it there. There we go. All right. And hey, Meta. Yeah, guys, everybody, thanks for liking the stream and subscribing. I really do appreciate it. My subscribers have been going up as I've been posting more videos. Tomorrow, I will be doing a crypto update video for you guys as well, talking about anything that's really big going on right now in the charts. And that way you guys know which way we're headed and which way the NASDAQ is going. So that'd be kind of nice as well. My videos are getting more views, so I thank you guys. So here. And hey, Michael, I learned a lot in this bear market not to buy at certain areas ever again. If you buy, you really want to buy when it looks like we're not going to drop down, when we want to keep on falling forever. But you learn, and then you you won't be able to take full advantage of it this cycle, but next cycle can be much better off, much better off. That ETF is interesting because it's exposing Bitcoin to the stock market. Oh, I believe there's going to be people buying it. In fact, I believe the day it opens up, you're going to see Michael Schiff open up on his Twitter and says, look at what I just bought, a whole bunch of things of the Bitcoin ETF, and he'll show profits as Bitcoin continues to go down. He will show himself making money. I guarantee it. Let's see. And hey, Raphael, no, I don't think Dogecoin is being manipulated right now. I think right now you're just seeing a bunch of shorts in it. I don't think it's any crazy manipulation or negative intent kind of going towards it. I think right now the only thing I'd be worried about is some of the stable coins out there. That's the only thing I can really see people going after hard. You saw a couple of depeggings, I think, over the past few days. I don't think anything actually managed to completely go to zero, but I could be wrong about that one. As far as Dogecoin just has a little bit more of a complicated history because so many people over-invested in it, and that's one of the reasons it ended up going so parabolic here, right? A lot of people are salty. There were a lot of people who did not take any profits off during this last Dogecoin bull run. A lot of them learned the lesson. They're going to do a different way next time. They're going to sell on the way up instead of trying to, hope for the craziest gains as possible. But, okay, sorry. Got a little text. But I don't think anything nasty is really going on with Dogecoin. Elon Musk is still backing it. That is a good sign for Dogecoin. He just supported it, I think, a few days ago, saying, I will keep supporting Dogecoin or something like that. I think I'll be fine. I think, of any coin that's ever been kind of like a pump, almost like that, the fact that Elon is still supporting it is a really good sign for it and for the longevity, for if you want to hold it for years and so forth. And it's right here. And hey, Robert, Mike, you've been putting in the work. I appreciate that, Mike. Thank you, sir. Oh, no worries, guys. I'm glad I took the weekend off, though. I was getting really, really exhausted out there. And even though I missed out some of the more exciting times, even right now the market is looking pretty boring, right? But as much as I like the viewers, as long as I can give you guys the information, that's all I really care about. And I'll be giving you guys more information tomorrow and stuff like that as I kind of work out the new video cycles and everything like that as well. But my brain is like half on today, as you guys know, so. I think apples are good for your brain. Maybe that's carrots. I don't know. All right. Hey, Thomas, time back. It seems like some type of bull trap for me. Um, right now, if you believe that, you're going to have an opportunity to short this sucker right here as we break down below this trend line. My big caveat here is be careful because I think somebody talked about this a few minutes ago. Bitcoin keeps crashing when we're asleep. And so we're not given the opportunity to have the best trades in the market. So if you guys wanted to have a trade right now, your stop loss would be something like this Fibonacci level. It's like a 3.5% stop loss, and then you would be hoping for a gain of 10 or 5 something percent, something like that. Here the thing is, the Nasdaq is up 1.4% in futures. S&P is up 1.35%. Dow is only up 1.18%. There was an opportunity for the market to have a bounce this week. And if Bitcoin wants to consolidate or continue to follow the NASDAQ, Bitcoin should have a big boom now. Over the past weekend, or not the weekend, like Thursday, Friday, Bitcoin was not following the NASDAQ. So this week's going to be a huge test to see if Bitcoin's going to split off of it or if Bitcoin is going to follow the NASDAQ for a potential rally this week. Either way, it'll give us some really important news, but I'd be careful until we actually have some type of breakdown before I start going heavy and shorting right now. But that's just me being overly cautious, as you guys know. Go back over here to the daily chart. Nice little consolidation, right? So if we're just not going off of the NASDAQ, then yeah, you should see us kind of dip back in here and continue the consolidation, probably down to maybe like 19,600 or something. Then maybe reverse like that. That's what you'd be hoping for there. But for now, yeah, it looks like we're trying to arc down on the daily chart. We'll see how much further we go down. What time will it be? Maybe it's like what, 4 or so. We got 2 hours here, 4 hours here, another 4 hours here. So as long as we don't have any major crashes, we might be able to survive. I think we can survive until the market opens up at 6:30. So what is that? Like 12 hours from now? 11 hours from now? Yeah, ish. So what? 8. Yeah. So as long as pre-market opens up at about 1 o'clock in the morning, 1:30 in the morning. So we should be able to do that. There's an opportunity for us to go up a little bit higher here. We'll see what type of trap it's going to be. It'll be fun regardless, though. Put this back up here. And let's go back over here to the 15. Yeah. I really do want to see if we break down or not. Because it looks like we're just trying to arc right now. And that could be double bottom here as well. That was nice to see. Yeah. All right. There you go. Okay. And hey, Kevin, see this drop? It's not too much of a drop. It's not too much of a drop right now. We're just kind of here. I don't know if you guys can see this. I think you guys might be able to. We're just trying to see if we can have a smaller breakdown to continue consolidating. But this drop was about 1%. It's not too much here. I'd be more concerned if we start breaking down below the support levels down here, though. That'd be more of a shorting opportunity. See, hey, he could use it on Twitter. Talking about Elon and Dogecoin. Yeah, I mean, there's a chance he could, but he has to first acquire Twitter. He hasn't finished up buying it yet, as far as I know. I think he's still waiting for a lot of information. I don't know if he ever got the information about the bots and Twitter and stuff like that. I don't know. And hey, Michael, is Bitcoin going to dump out of this rising channel? Is what it normally does. If it does not keep up with the Nasdaq, about an 80% chance, yes. If it can survive over the next few hours and it tries to bounce with the Nasdaq, then no. But again, most likely, if you're just going off of Bitcoin technicals, it looks like it wants to. Yes, that's the little curve thing we just talked about. Let's see. Anyways, guys. Hey, Rohit, which PC do I use for my laptop? Oh, I can find that out for you very fast, guys. Right now, Bitcoin's not doing anything, so we can do this right here. Oh, and I'm gonna go over you guys' poll answers. So, I already told you guys the answers, didn't I? Yeah. Okay, it doesn't matter. But here, hold on one second here. Best Buy. Let me go over here very fast. See if I can find this for you guys while I drink a thing of water. I need to sign into my account. I haven't been in here for a while. Mm. Ooh, excuse me. Here we go. Orders and purchases. I should really know what I buy, but I think I just buy too much stuff sometimes, and it can really be a pain here. Amount, a TV, another TV. Oh, I bought my mom a TV. I bought my mom a sound bar. I got a microphone. Got monitors, another TV, another mounting thing. Some new headphones, another pair of headphones for my mom. I got my mom some nice headphones for dialysis. I bought my mom. There you go. I got my sister a computer. Oh, that's my sister's computer. I bought her for a birthday. There, here. Okay, here it is. I got this one. If I can find it here. I think this one is probably overkill, and it's not even available for sale anymore. Um, it was like $3,000. As far as computer goes, it's not the most expensive. You can see right now it's actually only 2,800 here, which means because there's no supply shortage with chips as much, it's not nearly as expensive. Um, Windows 10 operating system, AMD Ryzen 7 processor, 3 TB hard drive with 1 TB solid state drive for a blend of storage space and speed. 32 GB of system memory for intense multitasking and gaming. I actually want to get that up to 64. I need to buy another little card thing for it. NVIDIA GeForce RTX 380 graphics. I think that's somewhat decent. 8 USB ports. Funny enough, I use like 6 of them. Next generation wireless connectivity. Connects to your networks and hotspots for the most current Wi-Fi standards. Yeah, it literally has its own separate antenna. It's kind of interesting. But yeah, and it has a whole bunch of other ports and stuff like that. But yeah, it's a nice one, but it's $3,000. You guys don't need a $3,000 computer to trade. In fact, most of you guys would be fine off of like a MacBook or something like that if you guys just want to use any web applications out there. Because what I would say is a laptop plus a monitor is what you guys are probably looking for. If you guys have a gaming PC you like to game, you can just literally use the gaming PC with a monitor to be fine. Just don't get a very, very cheap computer because a lot of times it can't run all the software like a TradingView. Like Google can really kill it. Like here, let me show you guys. Oh, you guys can't see my task manager. Never mind. Like right now, Google is taking up like 41% of all of my memory. And that's also because I'm streaming and stuff like that as well. But, it's taking up quite a bit. Okay, there we go. Tectonic has a low cap. Ooh, there you go. If they can get it on Robinhood, I'd be a strong buy on that one. Man, I remember when you had no ads on your channel. I need to get premium. I can't stand the ads. Yeah, I'm sorry, guys. YouTube is like I think they just need more revenue or something like that because I don't. You're not the first person to say that, right? But yeah, get YouTube Premium or get an ad blocker, I guess. But I don't make money off of ad blocker, so it's kind of like a iffy thing. But what do you call it? I think streams are just getting a little bit more different here as time goes on. I have a problem when to decide to take a proper entry in a trade, like a 1 minute chart, a 5 minute 15 for entry. Hey Rohit, if you don't know how to day trade yet, I would start with swing trading. Swing trading is much easier than day trading. It's like everything moves a lot slower when you're swing trading. So instead of being in a trade for just a few minutes or maybe a few hours, you're going to be in a trade for days, and you're going to be making much more profit anyway. And that way you don't have to rely on leverage to actually make money while doing day trades, right? So if you guys day trade a lot, right, and let's say for whatever reason you found a support level here and you wanted to sell up here, well, that means Bitcoin would have had to rise about like 4% in order for you to make that money. So you could try to make 4% for holding Bitcoin for about 6 hours, right? Or what you could do, and to make any real strong money off of that with fees, you'd have to have some type of leverage on there. Let me move this back over here. Or you could trade a breakdown. Let's just use this red line up here, one of the support levels we had a while ago, all the way down here to this first level of support or the second one. Let's just go with the first one. You'd be making 25% profit without actually having to go with leverage or without actually having to open yourself up to as much risk. Because day trading goes anyway, right? Like, let's say you guys are trading Dogecoin and you're like, I have a short on it, and all of a sudden Elon Musk tweets, you're doomed. Your short is doomed, right? So you don't need to. I would recommend swing trading before day trading. Day trading is the fastest way to lose money if you guys are new to crypto. It is the fastest. Swing trading is nice. It's easy. It's more reliable. You're going off of things like this, patterns, right? Patterns. And it makes your life way, way easier. And hey, Siva, I'm doing pretty well, my man. Thanks for asking. Hope you're doing well, too. I need more than plus 3,000 to play games. I just need a good phone to trade. See. And hey, Burke, I appreciate you watching the ads. I know. It's weird because you guys, like, so as many ads as you guys may be seeing, this video is, like, for me, it's just taking 2 hours out of my day. I'm only going to make from YouTube $10. Right? But that's why I don't think I make a lot of money out of the streams. All of my money usually comes from memberships when I make videos for you guys and you guys support the channel. And then, what do you guys call it? I'm losing track of it. The daily upload videos I do. Those, I mean, they don't make me much money, but they make me more relative per views than the streaming does. Let's see. Oh, and Deez makes a good point. People have like the 30-second ads inside their videos. I'm going to do that someday, but not right now. I'd have to find somebody to actually advertise, and I think it would only be like a 15-second ad or something like that. I always have offers to do videos for you guys. Like, I get a lot of them, but if it's a coin, I have to be able to believe it's safe, and it's so hard for me to vet a coin without actually diving into it that I don't like to actually promote coins all too much. Oh, and hey, Tony, happy to see you back, man. You just wait for the sound and put it on a limit sale. There you go, yeah. YouTube picks random viewers to show ads to. It also depends on how many ads are being shown to your account that day. Oh, see, there you go as well, yeah. So, I know only a certain amount of people can see ads because, well, if everybody saw an ad at the same time, that means I would be talking to nobody while I was streaming. Well, that'd be interesting. Let's see. And hey, Discount. Overall, still bearish as far as Bitcoin's concerned. The pattern that we're looking at right now, overall, is still bearish. Like, we're going to consolidate for a little bit of time, then break down here. If you want to get more optimistic here, is whether we can hold this throughout the rest of the night here before the market opens up, or even if we break down below it, we have an opportunity this week to break back above this Fibonacci level right up here. Sorry, I keep on moving my finger instead of the mouse. Right up here. And that resistance level is kind of around 21,251, okay? And it's more likely that we break down, of course. But if we can manage to break above that, one of the reasons why, and one of the reasons to be a little bit more optimistic today, is the fact that the Dow is up 1.2% in futures, S&P up 1.37, and the NASDAQ is up 1.43. There's an opportunity to make some money there if we can pop. And you guys, some of you guys have already heard me say this before. We will need Bitcoin to fall to NASDAQ. It hasn't been doing that too much over the past few months, past few weeks. It needs to do it more, especially while the NASDAQ is going green. That way we can have a little bit, not a big one, but a little bit of a short squeeze coming forward. And one other thing, guys, here, if I can move this around, watch list. Watch list. Why is oil booming? This is the 15 on oil. Whoa. What is going on with that? Yeah. Still finding a resistance level up here of $110 a barrel. On the daily, it looks like we're trying to find a little bit of a bottom here and try to move up a little bit. That is interesting. We might be able to fall down to 106 before bouncing back up if we go off of the technicals here. But again, commodities and technicals aren't they don't go hand in hand all the time. UK oil is actually up 1.27% though. So you're still seeing oil move up in this general uptrend, which is unfortunate for all of us who want cheap gas prices. Just wait until just wait until 4th of July weekend. Everybody's gonna be driving. The demand is going to be through the roof. I even heard there's gonna be a gas boycott. I was watching TikTok, and oops, let's go back to the 15 here. They're saying there's gonna be a gas boycott. I think on the 2nd or 3rd or something like that. I think they had. I think I remember hearing one about at the same time frame before. But yeah, guys, there's people are getting ticked off, and rightly so, rightly so. Let's see. Hey, Michael, do you see Bitcoin reaching 10K or lower? Not really. So right now, I know the whole world feels like it's about to end, and maybe Bitcoin does. I'm not saying it's like a hard no, but to me, I think we'll probably see the worst of all this crazy stuff going on, probably in July and August, and I think kind of going into September, we're gonna start to see the light at the end of the tunnel. And while that means the economy may be in a really shitty spot, America may be in a really shitty spot, the globe will be in a shitty spot. Markets go off of what they think is going to happen in the future. So as people see the end of the light at the tunnel, or the light at the end of the tunnel sometime towards the summer, or maybe even the fall if I'm a little bit late to that party, I think then we'll be able to have a little bit more of a reversal. And I don't mean going back up to all-time highs or anything like that, but usually after we have a major capitulation, we're having a massive crash and such, we consolidate for some time. And then we start slowly grinding back up after making some waves and such. I think I want to see that we're going to start making those waves and kind of consolidating probably towards August, September, and then kind of steady out. And then once people feel like they have more money in their pockets, that'll be good. Because as bad as this economy is right now, I don't think we've seen the worst of it. And I think that's because we still have all this inflation stuff going around, right? So, we haven't seen the famine side of this yet. And we haven't seen how bad the famine side of this will be. So, right now there are some bare shelves where I live, but it's not necessarily really bad, and I don't even know what the bare shelves are. I think there's still baby formula shortages and stuff like that. But I haven't been checking up to see if there's been any more reports on famine. Hmm. 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 Let's just go with the Times of Israel, I guess. Times of Israel. Okay, there we go. You okay, boy? You okay? Okay, you coughed up something, but not be eating anything. I cleaned up everything on my floor today, made everything really nice and crisp and clean. First thing this guy does, goes outside, gets a stick, takes it inside, and shreds it all over the floor, so there's bark everywhere. I had to re-vacuum everything. Um, so let me see. I'm just looking for actual data here. I'm not going to really read all that stuff. There was nothing important in that whole freaking article. It was all boohooky. Um, okay, maybe Rolling Stones has better information. See. Okay. Putin has deliberately disrupted the country's wheat supply, triggering a global food crisis. Ukraine is the sixth largest exporter of wheat in the world, sixth. And by blockading Ukrainian ports, blowing up rail lines, stealing grain, and killing farmers, Putin has effectively taken about 20 million tons of wheat off the market. Global wheat production is about 850 million tons. So this is hardly enough to cause a global famine, but it is enough to cause the price of wheat to jump more than 60%. Already this year in the U.S., the average American spends about less than 10% of their income on food. This will hardly be noticeable, but for the people in the developing world, many of whom spend 40% or more on their income on food, that can be the difference between eating and going hungry. High food prices have already had devastating impact on a point. Okay, whatever. Doesn't matter all that much. Point is being, we talked about this, I think, like 2 weeks ago. One of the things that led to the Arab Spring, going too much into history, I know, back in like, I think it was Obama years, like ISIS and all that type of stuff kind of creeping up on us. One of the things that really ticked everybody off was food was not affordable for a lot of people. That leads to mass protests, mass riots, just more disruptions in the food, not the food chain, supply chains, whatever. And that's what I'm afraid we're going to be seeing now. America, we may have some spots where things get pretty tough, but I think we're going to be okay because America has the resources to just literally buy up everybody's exports at crazy prices. So, we do find other countries will probably have a rougher time of it. But I think what'll really set all of this off is if prices in America and first world countries get too high, and countries will say, "Hey, we're going to curve down the price of your goods by stopping exporters from buying up products that will go overseas. We're going to help protect you." I think it was one of the big things of the Trump administration. America first. There you go. That kind of sentiment, yeah, will kind of probably prevail when it comes to food and stuff like that. So depending on where you are, it'll get more tough or easier kind of as time goes on. But as far as Bitcoin, going back to that question of like $10,000, it's possible. But, I'm hopeful that this isn't going to turn into some type of major global catastrophe for first world countries, the ones that would actually be investing the most into cryptocurrencies, into the stock markets around the world, if that makes sense. Oil can go higher, and we may have a recession, right? But so far we haven't seen the mass layoffs from the manufacturing sectors and that type of stuff. When that starts to hit, I think that's going to be a good sign. If the housing market crashes, I don't even know if it's actually going to crash. It might take a dip relative to everything else. But yeah, at this point, it's going to be like, how do I say this? For everyday people, it is going to be bad. For corporations and governments, it's just going to be meh. Kind of worrisome, but only from a political standpoint, not from a management standpoint of the country. Does that make sense? It's very pessimistic in terms of how I feel about governments and politicians, but you get what I'm saying. Main Street's going to suffer a lot. The balance books, or the cash of corporations and Wall Street is going to suffer, but it's not like Wall Street's going to be in any major danger. Hopefully that makes more sense. Any stocks this pullback has gotten you excited to get into? No, not too much right now. If anything, I've been looking more at healthcare. Things that, during a recession, people still go to the hospital because they're sick. Basically, if government money flows into it, it's going to hold up a little bit better than everything else. And with the addition to Obamacare, money flows into healthcare now. Just absolutely flows. Whether it comes to administration, everything, it all flows in there. And so if I can find some healthcare stocks that have high dividends, those are usually what I'm looking for. ABBV is one that I've been looking at over the past few weeks. I'm going to be looking to see if I want to buy into that one. But probably only going to be holding it for 2 quarters, maybe 3, and see how it performs for me, but from a dividend standpoint. See, I bought an EV a few months ago, didn't want to deal with the gas prices. There you go, Era. That's a smart move right there. If I would have probably bought something EV-ish if if I wasn't moving to Nicaragua. But I need a, well, I'm not even, I'm giving all my cars away, right? Let's see. What moving averages do I use for Bitcoin? For me personally, I use the 20, the 50, and the 200. Everybody else, let him know what you guys use, because it's not just as simple as those 3. Those are the 3 I use, but I know many people that do not even bother using the 200 or the 50 or the 20. People use all different types, 33, 8, 7, whatever. They use a lot of them. The world can barely catch its breath since the 2020 started. Guys, if it was a... if we were back in medieval times, like how people look, how we look back at the medieval times, and people will look back on us now, I would considerably say that we're in some type of dark ages in history. And I could imagine all the historians saying something similar when they're writing their books and so forth, in the future. This is a dark time for the world. Major war and catastrophes, the chance of World War III, global famine upon us, lack of baby formula, the horror. I can imagine it being like that's how they would look at us, right? And at least pandemics. Oh my gosh, I totally just left out COVID, right? The whole thing, the whole shebang bang, just barely bad stuff, right? But I think we're going to be able to fix this a lot sooner than anticipated. But I think it'll just get really, really bad. I'm hoping it'll be more of a. I'm hoping there's not a very, very, very high unemployment rate. If anything, if unemployment gets bad, I mean, I wouldn't want to see it go anywhere above 4, maybe 5%. If it gets in that range, that's kind of acceptable from an economic standpoint, not from the perspective of those people that got laid off, of course, but that's what the market needs, right? So it's kind of, it's bad, but that would help us out. But I don't think we're getting up to 10% unemployment, 15% unemployment. And one of the things here that I'm hoping will help, actually, I don't know. So let me know what you guys think about this from a government perspective. Let me ask you guys this. So one of the problems right now is people are buying too many goods. Okay? Because of supply chain issues, we have a lack of those goods, and people are buying them up, and that's leading to more demand than there is supply. Okay? Well, if there's another recession, right, which it looks like there's going to be, and there's a certain amount of the population that gets laid off, should the government give basic unemployment benefits, like just basic, whatever the normal state recommendation is, or because the government set some type of precedent with COVID, would they have to add an addition? Would you think the government should or would add another $200, $300, $400, $500, whatever, to each monthly unemployment check? Do you think they would do that? That's what I'm interested to see. Would the government actually do that? Because that would be great for politics. That would help them out financially because they have money to go buy food. They have enough money, so they're not penny pinching, so to speak. Maybe they can pay their rent, right? For heaven's sakes, guys, tech employees. I don't know the person, but one of my friends said one of his friends got laid off from work, and he got paid like I think it was like $12,000 a month in tech. Okay, so he lost $12,000 a month in revenue, right? And his monthly rent in downtown Seattle is $3,000. So his savings obviously is going to get depleted very, very quickly. And unemployment will only give him up to so much, I would assume, not enough to even cover his rent for the month, obviously. So I wonder how all that's going to really play out in the future here. Do I see a bounce tomorrow and the next day? So the stock market looks like it wants to bounce. It looks like it wants to bounce a lot. The futures are green and everything looks really nice about the stock market, okay? Bitcoin, however, looks a little more bearish in the short term. So my hope here is that the NASDAQ will be so bullish that it literally picks Bitcoin up and drags it up with it because the Bitcoin normally follows the NASDAQ, right? That's my goal here. But if for whatever reason we start to see the NASDAQ popping off during pre-market and popping off when the market opens up, for the full trading day, and Bitcoin's not doing anything, that would be more of a bearish sign for me, indicating that we're going to have a short-term breakdown. Not maybe a crash or anything like that, but more of a breakdown where we're just not looking as optimistic. Okay, I got that same feeling Friday when the NASDAQ was not necessarily booming, but going up quite a bit. And Bitcoin was not. I was even recording it. I was even recording it live while I was doing a video for you guys, and I made sure to let you guys know, like, hey, even though Nasdaq's going up, Bitcoin overall doesn't look as good, right? And so you got to be prepared for that type of eventuality. So if you guys are going to go long because the market looks long, just make sure you guys have some type of a stop loss there, or at least wait until Bitcoin's booming itself, and you just wait for the next pattern to break out above, and you'll be looking okay there. All right, let me see right here. That's why I got a garden, got a supplement, what I can buy. I'm going to be canning stuff this year for sure to prep for the worst case. One of my friend's parents cans everything, and everything tastes really good even after a few months. It tastes really, really good. My mom, funny enough, I was outside de-shredding Loki today, And she was like, Michael, do you want to start a garden? And I was like, no, I don't got time for a garden. But I thought about it. I thought about it a lot. I'm usually busy from the time I wake up in the morning to the time I go to bed, and I only got like a couple hours of fun time for me, a day. But I think starting a garden, if you guys have the plot of land, if you guys have some, a backyard or something like that, I would highly recommend starting a garden. Gardens are very, very fun. I used to have one. Like literally, guys. Here, let me show you guys something very fast. Bayside Gardens, Tacoma. You guys know I used to live in this place right here. Grass. So I don't know if it's still there, but I used to live here. It was a lovely place. Oh, they don't have it. So you see how there's a parking lot right here, right? You see this parking lot? This used to be owned by a bunch of families, and they just lived here, and they were really chill. Well, a corporation bought it, and what ended up happening is they took away the garden, and they put in a parking lot. So I actually had my own garden plot right here, and it was amazing. But corporations, blah 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 blah. Freaking hate those guys. But yeah. I would totally recommend having a garden, guys, if you want to. I know it's not crypto related, but yeah, gardens are freaking awesome. Garden coin. Garden coin? Oh, yeah, that's something you guys should invest in. I don't even know if it's a real coin. Don't buy garden coin. Let's see. Hey, Foam. Oh, yeah, Loki always wants to play wherever he's at. I gave him a hemp calming chew, though. So he loves these things. And he just calms down. The duck flavor. He loves duck and lamb. Most spoiled little guy in the world. We love to eat rice. It doesn't matter for people here. Yeah, I'm surprised more Americans don't like rice. I really am. Like for me, I told you guys I was buying rice the other day. I bought two 25-pound bags of rice in case rice costs go up like crazy, right? And it's good rice. I like my premium rice. And I have, like, me alone in this house, I have 3 rice cookers. Now, they're all, like, one is a dedicated rice cooker, the other two are like a pressure cooker and something else, like a mix around, like a Ninja Foodie thing. But, I love rice. I'm surprised more people don't have it. And it's very easy to make. Oh, what's it here? Hey, Rohit, please share patterns chart which you have somewhere. If you just look up stock trading patterns or forex trading patterns on Google, there'll be a whole list of patterns that you can trade on there. It's not like my list is any better, right? It's just a whole bunch of patterns, right? I would just Google patterns or chart patterns 4K or chart patterns HD, and then you can have a good quality one. Sometimes they're really small, so you just want to get rid of all those ones. Let's see. We're going to see a Leonardo DiCaprio or another Top Gun sequel setting in Ukraine probably after 2023. Oh, I believe it, as long as the war is over by then. Let's see. And hey, Robert, yeah, I've been hearing about that as far as EVs are concerned. So a lot of people are buying the EVs before the infrastructure is actually built up for it. So local electric grids are unable to sustain all of the need to meet all those recharges, right? Which means that there's not enough energy out there for the cars, which if there's a blackout, good luck charging your car, etc., etc. But my thing is, we're moving so fast into electric vehicles, which is, in some terms great, but we need to have everything set up for it first. Otherwise, if there's a bad thing, we're going to be more dependent on the stuff that we're trying to move away from, right? Because I think fossil fuels are going to be here for a while. I think coal's going to be here for a while. You don't need to phase them out so fast. Just phase them out at a rate in which, is logical. I feel like we're trying to move too fast and we're getting rid of all the crappy and bad environmental stuff too fast. And we're putting ourselves into a little bit of a pinch. But I think most economists kind of think that right now too. So, I think I'm on the right side of facts on that one. Maybe. You guys know what I'm talking about. Uh-oh. A little bit of a twist right here. We had a little bit of a breakdown right there. Well, I guess probably happened right here. Yeah, right here. There you go. See, hey Nico, happy to see you back, my man. Oh, what happened? I don't have much land, but you can plant a lot of stuff in small plot harvest and keeping the weeds away. Me and my neighbor are going to do a shared garden next season, most likely. Yeah, guys, gardens are freaking awesome. Loki would run through that garden. Yes, he would, but I would have a fence around it. My backyard is, I mean, you guys see me walk by my backyard. My backyard, it always sounds like birds are chirping and stuff like that because they are. Here, let's, yeah, I'll show you guys very fast. Do I have this, Dogecoin live? Here's the video. Here. If you go to any one of my shorts, I'm literally in my backyard. I'm at the park. Let me see if I can hear this with you guys. Turn on the volume on this one very fast. Which one? I'm just walking the park right here. You guys can. Oh, I don't think you guys can hear the properties. Oh, Yeti Classic. Don't listen to my voice, just listen to all the birds in the background. 3% away from touching the 200 weekly moving average. After that moment, we usually have a pretty significant bounce before eventually coming back down to retest it. And on that second retest is where things tend. I think you guys could hear the birds in that one. I'm out in the middle of nature. Also, those coyotes that go in my backyard. That should explain a lot. There's a fence there, but there are coyotes. It's a barbed wire fence. That kind of shows you how intense we are about keeping the wildlife out. And hey, Aaron, ooh, you got 3 gardens and you raise hair sheep. That sounds actually like a lot of fun, a lot of work though, a lot of work. That would be really fun to have some fresh fruit every day. Oh my gosh. If you have a big puppy, he or she will eat the garden. Best to put something around it, protect it. Sounds like that's what I'm gonna have to do, guys. I'll get him introduced to it and everything like that as well. Huh. But I live a few miles from a Home Depot. I've already been eyeing up, actually, not for me, but for my sister as her hobby to go do some gardening. I was going to, buy a lot of those bricks, like $1.29 or something like that for a little stone. Just buy a bunch of those, get them delivered over here because you can get it cheap because it's not too far of a distance. And then just stack them around and fill it up with some mulch and dirt and stuff like that, whatever it is. And then plant them up, do little seeds. She'll love it. Let's see. And hey, Nico, what's up here? Can I check Tesla? Not right now. Tesla's not doing anything of interest right now. It still has a while before it breaks out. There's no major support levels right now for Tesla as far as I've seen. You're going to want to be waiting for a major breakout if you're going to be doing a swing trade on it. For a day trade, you want to be waiting for a daily setup, and that's not really here just yet. Maybe if we have some bottom at this point in time. Hey, Michael. I've seen him carry the big branch out there in your videos. Oh, yeah. Loki can carry massive branches, like really, really big ones. I have like 2 apple trees in my backyard, like 3 cherry trees in my backyard, and some really big, just regular trees, whatever you call them. Whenever the branches fall off, he goes absolutely berserk, absolutely berserk with them. But okay, buddy, let me do one other thing very fast here, just so you can kind of see what's going on. I want to zoom out here very fast. Let's go to the 4-hour. The more I look at this, guys, the more... Okay, forget about the NASDAQ for a second. My main goal here, and I told you guys about earlier, I really just want to see us break above the 20 moving average here, or the 50 moving average on the 4-hour chart. That would get me very excited about where crypto could go over the next few days. If for whatever reason we get smacked down below this, that's why I get a little bit more pessimistic. And then if we break down below the 20 moving average here on the 4-hour chart, that's when I'd be getting a little bit more bearish on everything. Because right now, look at that. If we just kind of put this into perspective, it's going to be hard for us to do this and just kind of pop up like that. More likely, we're going to break down a little bit, consolidate, and then try to make a move probably sometime tomorrow afternoon if we're lucky. But I don't think that's necessarily a horrible thing. I just think it means that it's going to take a little bit of time for us to actually have that strong move that we're all hoping for here. And again, we really don't want to see Bitcoin have another big crash here. And because that would take us all the way back down here to the $14,000 level, which probably would be very traumatizing for many investors out there. But a couple of things here, guys. We still are holding the 3-to-1 Gann fan level and the 4-to-1 Gann fan level. 4-to-1 and 3-to-1 Gann fan levels. That's nice to see. I'm really surprised we held above that over the last few days. And then as far as the Gann fan circles are concerned, we managed to hold those as well, and I've been really happy to see that. It just looks like, look at today, it looks like we could have a red day, whatever, then consolidate a little bit more. But I'm really hoping, let me go to the daily chart. I'm really hoping that the Nasdaq sometime this week can bounce up and pull Bitcoin by the bootstrap, so to speak, to kind of have it be grinding back up here a little bit more. Very, very fast. Probably best to do one. All right, there we go. See, and hey, Bideford, so sorry, Mike missed 90% tied up with work. Don't worry, I'm about to end the stream here very fast because I gotta go get some dinner here because I'm starving. I barely got to eat my apple. If I was to kind of wrap all this video up or this stream up to kind of give you guys some simple ideas of what might be going on for the next few days, I would say it like this. Bitcoin is still very, very bearish in the next couple months. Okay, still very, very bearish. Now, that's not new news to any of you guys. In the short term here, there's an opportunity that Bitcoin will stay separated from the Nasdaq. And that means that over the next few hours, you'll most likely see Bitcoin start off pretty red for the day, but have the opportunity to finish off green for the day. All right, that's the kind of hope there. If you're gonna get more bullish on Bitcoin right now, you guys should understand two things. You're gonna really need the Nasdaq to really pull Bitcoin up by the bootstrap, so to speak, to kind of pull it up and see some good gains there. And ultimately, whatever big move we have over the next week or two, if we even have them at all, they're going to get rejected hard at some point, and they're going to start crashing again, leading to some really bad pain if you guys are stuck in those positions. Okay, so that's kind of how to wrap everything up. For now, everything's nice and easy. We're starting to see more and more crashes happen when we're asleep, which is kind of unfortunate, which means you guys need to have alerts on your phone through TradingView if you guys want to be alerted to those things happening. Most of you guys, I don't think, are going to be rushing to computer to trade at 2 o'clock in the morning, so I don't think it's going to really be a big thing for most of you guys to deal with. But, that's what's really going on here, and I think the market will really, I think July will probably be our worst month this year. Then after that, I'm hoping that if we have a rough August or rough September, whatever, I'm just hoping that we're not going to be necessarily crashing as much, doing more of consolidating, maybe dropping down in kind of a grinding manner, but not really coming out in complete crash after crash after crash like we're seeing right now. And I think if we do have another crash over the next few weeks, next week, whatever it may be, I think it would be because I think Bitcoin would be breaking away from the Nasdaq just a tad. And I think that what would cause it would probably be some type of Celsius debacle, because to this day, they still have not unlocked their customers' funds. And I guess we just talked about BitBoy. He's like doing a lawsuit, a class action lawsuit, and I think he has over $1 million. I think it was like 1.8 million. Somebody said tied up in Celsius. So there is going to be some drama around that pretty soon. And there may be some legal action sooner rather than later that could really start the decline, the fall, the crash, the whatever, the lunaification of Celsius. So just be aware of that, guys. Let's see, I just don't sleep. I don't know, guys, how you guys don't sleep. I need sleep all the time. And I need to give my eyes a rest. I'm looking at my computer so many times. My doctor says I have dry eye from looking at my computer too much. Can you believe that? I mean, it's true, but still, I'm just like, let's see. And hey, Jimmy, is it going to crash? I wouldn't say crash. No, guys, I wouldn't say necessarily crash here. If we crash, I mean, I'd be using a support level over here to determine a crash. If we break below 19,000, to me, that'd be the start of a potential crash there. But right now, I don't see, that happening as long as the market overall stays somewhat green. Nasdaq's up 1.4, S&P's up 1.4, Dow is up 1.2. We're seeing some nice moves here in the market. I'm just hoping that can really extend over to the crypto markets as well. Okay. But okay, buddy, I'm going to go grab some dinner besides this apple here. I'm going to go grab some beans with pork and a tortilla. But guys, relax. We're not in too much of a pickle here. If you guys can see above my head, we really do have some altcoins that are doing okay right now. Some are unch, some are up like 1%, like STMX and Link and Elon, Dogecoin to me. Apes up 2, ICP's up 1. What I'd be doing right now, personally, what I'm doing right now, guys, is I'm just sitting on my hands. I'm not really doing anything right now. Maybe if we break down, I'll do some type of a short position here, but I'm even kind of hesitant to do that because of the way the market's positioned to go up today. So, I'm not really taking any trades. I'm hoping to have maybe a week to 2 week consolidation period. That's my hope. And then from there, we find somewhere to break out or break down. And there'll be breakouts and breakdowns within that time frame. But I'm hoping that we can just take a little bit of a break from crashing. I hope that last weekend it didn't work out. So who knows what I know about this thing, how long we're going to consolidate. But at least for the next few days, as long as we stay above the $19,000 level, I think we're going to be fairly fine here. Maybe not booming up to all, to really crazy levels of highs and stuff like that. But at least less the sky is falling rhetoric, so to speak, okay? But okay, buddy, have a great rest of your night. And if you guys get a chance, watch my new video. Please, please, please. I'm trying to work out the algo here. If you guys see it on your front screen, on the main page, it's just best time to buy altcoins. And let me guys know what you guys think in the comments and other video ideas and any general questions, because I'm going to be starting to make a lot more videos for you guys. And, next major support clusters, best time to buy altcoins, and it's not going to just be stuff based completely on technicals, but just kind of my opinion and stuff like that. So if you guys have questions, make sure to go to, yesterday's video and kind of put them down below. That way I can start making a list up to say, hey, I'll do this video a couple days and this video a couple days from there and so forth, right?